Baguette has been so supportive of us for a long time now. So it's cool to be able to do something for them.
C'est plus la run suivante.
Hey, there it is. There's our game.
Hey.
Et salut à toutes et à tous. On est de retour sur ce marathon incroyable et palpitant depuis
Well, 48 tracks, 200cc, just like it says.
Yep, this is going to be with items on.
avec Ulvind.
Ulvind is yawning because it's probably 8 a.m. his time, I believe. It's 8 a.m. in France.
That makes sense, yeah.
Voilà, je vais vous faire les 48 circuits. C'est une run que je fais rarement. Parce que c'est une run qui est longue, on va pas se mentir. C'est 1h40 quand même. Enfin, mon PB est en 1h37, mais normalement le truc c'est 1h40. Ça devrait pas trop être un souci normalement au niveau de l'estimate. Donc on va partir sur single player versus race. Et je vais reprendre Yoshi aujourd'hui.
Alright, so this category is done in versus.
Incroyable.
J'ai un petit.
Are we picking a Yoshi? I like Yoshi. Heck.
We're picking a Yoshi. So this is going to be a lighter, which is going to give more acceleration. This is going to be important because in an items run, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to be hit at least once per.
Oh, yeah.
If not twice or 3 times. Hard CPUs are mandatory because that is the CPU setting of Grand Prix.
Okay. Just make things. I feel like that would make things more fun, especially in a marathon setting.
Oh yeah. Also, because they are the hard CPU, they're a little bit faster. If you were playing on a slower CPU, you would run into them more often because you'd lap them fast.
Oh, good point.
You can double lap easy 100cc.
That's hilarious, actually.
Pretty handily. So the run is starting on Mushroom with Mario Kart Stadium. I believe Ulvind is going to be holding down ZL at the start of this run for an RNG manipulation at the very out. You don't have to remember that. I'll bring it up again in an hour.
It's for Animal Crossing, right?
Yeah, it's for Animal Crossing.
I remembered. I heard that like a long time ago and just sort of kept that bit of knowledge because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun dev tool. So if you press A on the 2 when Lakitu's second light comes up, that is when you can get the fastest boost. And we just saw the first no item shortcut in the run immediately. Cutting through a section of grass without using the mushroom. This mushroom is probably going to be used right now. Yep.
That's about what I expected to.
And here's that no item shortcut again. Those are typically shorthanded or paraphrased, I don't know, to NISC. There's the inevitable lightning.
But of course.
De mémoire, donc les boosts orange, boost vert, donc on a boost bleu, c'est je crois 3/4 de seconde.
You might see him sort of keep a coin in his inventory sometimes. An inventory.
To keep in your inventory. That way, you, the
Chaque fois, je suis un peu en train de bloquer.
lock the shell.
La bug, mais c'est pas grave, normalement.
Actually,
Je connais à peu près ma pace. J'aurais juste besoin que vous me dites le temps.
about the CPU enough to where he doesn't have time to shell out.
À la deuxième route arc-en-ciel.
Mhm.
Parce qu'en gros, c'est un peu mes points de passage. Parce qu'en gros, la première route arc-en-ciel, c'est de 16 courses, et la deuxième route arc-en-ciel, de 32 courses.
So this opening line that he's doing is prioritizing coins over everything else.
Un petit temps de passage
Um,
pour dire, ok,
A that was a fairly safe strat for the lines around water.
bébé,
Um,
parce que je suis très
Definitely need to play it safe when you're always at risk of blue shells or lightning.
mine de rien, le world record de la
In a run this long too, and in this kind of setting, I don't blame him at all.
non, pardon, pas sur cette catégorie. Il est fait
Yeah, that hop shortcut is it's not the fast to get through that section, but it is the most consistent by far.
et en gros,
And
ça,
because this is 200cc, you don't have to time the release of the bomb. It will explode and you will not get hit. Just
I love blocking shells with bombs.
oh my god, that's such cruel iron.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Getting a mega horn right after a blue shell. Because for those who don't know, the mega horn will block the blue shell.
Il a une 37 et quelques, parce que je me souviens plus parce que ça fait quand même 6.
I'm sure most of you knew that, but always possible there's someone who doesn't.
Une 37-52. Normalement, ça va, ça devrait pas être un souci au niveau du timing. Alors,
It's one of those nuances that you don't always learn unless you've played.
So I just saw a strat that I never would have thought of. That is genius. Ulvind is really good at items. If he did what I think he took an intentionally bad line, like intentionally really sloppy and loose, to let a computer get ahead of him so that he could grab an item in second. And second place items are like significantly better than first place items. That was an unfortunate.
Super tôt.
Avec le décalage.
And because of that, he was able to have a little bit of protection for the first lap, which I wonder if he's got strats to do that in multiple tracks.
I'd imagine yes. That's definitely like something I've considered doing even, and I like when I did my like 3 runs of this game.
Yeah. The sandbagging, I think, is the
Yep.
C'est une question de préférence, mais généralement, en fait, la raison pour laquelle on prend, on essaie d'avoir
Lots of Mario Kart though. Gonna be a nice chill run, so maybe go make some hot chocolate or something if you have any, and hang out for the next hour and a half.
faire un dérapage qui peut nous emmener direct là-bas. C'est
I should have made some before this run. I don't know why I didn't.
pas terrible, on va pas se mentir. Du coup, on...
Can I tell you something? I'm not the biggest chocolate fan.
Non, tout compte fait, j'aimerais bien que vous me donniez le temps de passer.
That's fair. You're not the first person I've heard say that.
Exactement, si c'était une erreur.
It's honestly just a little too sweet a lot of the time. I like dark chocolate.
Parce que t'as certaines runs.
Oh yeah, no, I actually totally get that. There are definitely like other desserts and other candy that's just way too sweet for me. I love chocolate though.
Alors là, du coup, on est sur Templeton. Faut faire attention ici au ton.
I don't know. I think fruit dessert. Dessert.
On va...
Fruit is also really good.
Il y a une technique en fait assez particulière au niveau des objets pour éviter de se prendre des
I
caractères.
think if I had better access to fruit desserts, I would probably eat those about the same rate.
On enchaîne les objets jusqu'à ce qu'on trouve en fait la carapace bleue. Là par exemple, j'ai des systèmes défensifs, ok.
I feel like we're gonna have a lot of this, just like random talk about whatever.
Yeah, that's all right. This track's been going fairly well for Ulvind. He's dumping items right now to try to get a mega horn because he hasn't. Oh, that was so. Oh, that was so lucky. The hitbox to pull the glider out extends a little past where the physical ramp is, so you can get the glider if you're just barely not on.
Bah, tu tournes, hein, tu fais tourner les
Which is
objets
pretty-
jusqu'à ce que.
I was not aware. That is interesting.
Yeah, this track's been pretty good for Ulvind. He's taking pretty safe lines overall. Prioritize it.
Passage après le 4e circuit, c'est possible.
The fastest pace is quick.
Là, t'es à 7,44.
Ça va. Oui,
Is a
c'est
pretty
pour ça que je reset, en fait.
day for America.
J'ai des
Or not
temps-
egg cup.
un certain temps de passage. Si je suis trop loin derrière en PB après un certain truc, je reset. Enfin, généralement, c'est sur le nitro, mais.
There was definitely something.
Je peux me permettre d'être un tout petit peu
Yep.
Not the
d'avoir un tout petit peu plus. D'être un tout petit peu plus permissif.
as far as
Je peux perdre comme temps. Alors ça, c'est un circuit très facile. Et du coup, ce qu'on va faire, c'est qu'on va enchaîner les UMT ou Ultra Mini Turbo. Donc en gros, les turbos rouges là, les turbos roses là qu'on voit ici. Bon, on va les enchaîner sur.
I've been watching too much 200cc of this game. Because now when I play 150, it feels so slow.
Tu temporises, tu fais en sorte d'avoir les
Oh, this is a cartridge cat. This is a cartridge run. I did not know that Ulvin ran on cartridge.
Oh.
That actually explains a little bit. Okay, so cartridge is going to add about a minute to the loading times over the course of this entire, and it adds about 6 seconds to that first 4-track category. So that was a 743 mushroom. And for reference, in Ulvin's PB, he had a 741. So
Wow. All right.
On va continuer notre round cycling au pire, c'est pas grave. C'est pas désastreux.
6 seconds per cup is such a long time.
yeah.
J'ai vu mieux.
Doesn't sound like it, but when you're speedrunning a 7-8 minute category, and then all of that time added up over the course of 48 tracks, that's a lot.
It's for the differences between cartridge and digital for 48 tracks is about 55 seconds.
Ew.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Digital is about a minute faster. It's just an unfortunate part of Mario Kart. The Switch loads are variable by a couple tenths of a second, in addition to being different between digital and cartridge. But the community doesn't grind for good loading time. We haven't gotten that degenerate.
I'm dreading the day when Monkey Ball gets that degenerate.
You
Because
know,
our loading times can vary as well.
I have a proposed solution. It's just going to take a lot of initial work, and then after that initial work is done, it's going to be a pretty seamless addition to our rule set. And that is that the first place, like the world record time is in-game time, and is
I like that.
is manually frame checked. And then if there's another run that is world record contention, it will be manually frame checked as well. There's no need to do for runs that aren't through.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the act of individually getting the in-game time for 48 tracks and then adding them all up is a lot of to ask someone to do.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Multiple.
Donc en gros, vu que j'ai vu que la rouge était quand même mettait quand même du temps à arriver, que je voyais que la bleue arrivait beaucoup plus vite derrière, je me suis dit, allez,
Be even worse for Monkey Ball.
on va tenter une petite,
Yeah.
petite frame d'invulnérabilité.
There's a lot more.
Pour vous expliquer ensuite.
Well, wait, does it show your in-game time at the end of each level?
Il y a quand même beaucoup de choses à expliquer.
It does. There's just
That's helpful.
so many levels. That is helpful. Yeah.
There's so many levels. Yeah. Luckily, the Mario Kart 8 community has a fairly robust frame. I want the person who made it to kind of like make it look a little prettier and kind of release it to the public, and it would be really, really popular.
Yeah, that would probably get spread around a lot.
It can take a YouTube video or a video and advance it by 1, 5, 10, 50, 100, or 500 milliseconds at a time. And then it has a start and stop to track time. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's beautiful, actually.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I mean, technically it works for anything. I'll just link it to you. I'll DM it.
Sick. Thank you. That would, yeah, that'd be good for like, not even for like adding and removing loads, but even just starting and stopping times.
It is a little slow to get into the website at times. It's just like random.
I mean, we deal with speedrun.com. It's not much different.
Yeah. Yeah, this is better than speedrun.com because the site will load. It will show up.
Heck yeah. You're gonna see some points, by the way, where we saw one like a couple tracks ago at this point. We got hit by a red shell and then a blue shell like immediately after, and probably looked like he should have taken some sort of like stun from the blue shell, but he didn't, just because the like invulnerability frames after getting hit in this game last for so.
It's about a full second though. Something that's interesting and something that nobody believes until you literally like slow the game down and like show them side by side is that blue shells and red shells have the same. Everybody thinks that blue shells are a lot longer, but they actually are the same amount of time.
See, that actually doesn't surprise me. I kind of had a feeling about that. I probably wouldn't have said exactly the same, but it's a good tidbit, though.
That was a really good backup shortcut for Shy Guy Falls. So there's a couple different methods to do the no item shortcut on this. The method is the most popular and the one that I believe Ulvind will be doing for the most is releasing a drift and then in a direction to get onto the ramp and then tricking onto. If that doesn't work, he can time the trick perfectly. Oh, yep, just like that. And that's what he did in lap 1 as well.
This is one of those games where there's like an inkling in the back of my mind, like I want to learn some of these tricks.
This red shell may. Oh, he got rid of it, but the blooper made it impossible to do the shortcut.
Yeah, when you get whippered in this game, unlike in some other Mario Kart games, your handling is actually affected a little bit. It's English, Helix.
Your handling, your ability to turn is reduced. Action, actually. You...
Alors, sérieusement. Il y a un petit truc à savoir en fait, c'est que en appuyant sur la gâchette,
Sunshine.
le bouton pour utiliser l'objet, les
It's a really good
secondes
level.
par exemple, j'ai appuyé trop vite, ce qui fait que du coup j'ai utilisé l'objet.
Definitely like had discussions with people to where I don't think Mario Kart 8's like
En revanche,
level selection of levels is the best, but there are definitely some gems.
donc là on va arriver
Watch
sur
you say that next. Mario Kart 8 is my favorite Mario Kart by far. And as far as map selection goes, I'd say,
bon,
and it's not.
I think the DLC tracks helped it a ton.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like most of those I like.
juste là-bas. Le target shock donc, et ben c'est quoi un target shock? Et ben le target shock c'est ça.
I was wondering what your response was going to be to that.
Tu te fais prendre l'éclair en plein milieu d'un
Yeah, I think Mario Kart Wii has a pretty decent map selection, but I don't know. I don't love all of the retro picks.
That's fair. There are definitely some misses. I think that's my favorite Mario Kart, but that is I definitely like grew up with it, so that would do it.
Totally.
Après c'est pas le pire. On va pas se mentir,
Welcome back, Ness. We're talking about which Mario Kart has the better map selection. I would say 8 Deluxe, and Helix is saying. I think that when you include like the CTGP Revolution and all of those custom tracks, then we obviously has a pretty clear advantage.
I don't know. I don't know if that's fair
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it's not though.
I suppose it is. It's sort of like DLC for that game, but it's not official DLC, and there's a lot more of it because it's basically.
Yo,
I
actually,
don't want to say crowdfunded.
Ness actually is correct. Super Circuit has the best maps when you consider for what it is.
Je sais que dans mon PB,
It's a Game Boy game, and it had the most tracks until the Wii one.
la première coupe qui est assez.
That's a good point.
Until the Wii came out, the Game Boy one had the most tracks. And on Super Circuit handled pretty decent. Like it was like Super Mario Kart, but with better control.
I think I played it. I don't think I was. I still don't think I was a fan of how it controlled, but I will give you that on the tracks. But when I played it, I had been playing console Mario Kart for an indescribable amount of time.
Oh, totally.
J'aurais pu iframe, mais c'est pas grave. On va temporiser. En fait, ici, j'ai pas vu la carapace bleue sur l'écran, donc je m'en suis aperçu un tout petit peu trop tard. Alors qu'en fait, si j'avais vu la carapace bleue, j'aurais tout simplement laissé ma banane pour me prendre les iframes.
Shout out to the music in this track.
The sax. It's so good.
C'est en gros quand il y a pas voilà, il y a vraiment mais aucune différence quand tu prends une carapace rouge ou une carapace bleue.
The music in the next track is also it's pretty groovy.
Oh yeah.
C'est un cappuccino pour ceux qui se demandent.
When I can not have audio and still basically hear the music in my head.
Si t'as le chat d'ouvert d'ailleurs, parce que moi j'ai pas le chat de.
MKDS is the melee of Mario Kart. I've heard a lot of people say that actually. CTGP is the project name of Mario Kart.
It is, which makes
But-
me bro.
I
Because
know,
it's
which
a
is
bad
unfortunate.
game, because it's the bad game with too much.
Déjà il y a quand même pas mal de différences.
So
Sad.
En compétitif, le plus gros compétitif de Mario Kart ne se joue pas en V1, mais en 6v6. Donc,
I mean, technically it makes double dash melee.
sont, comment dire, beaucoup plus précises par rapport au.
But really, I think it's N64 that's melee,
Notamment
and
comment tu gères les objets,
Kart
comment tu
is
gères
for.
à quel endroit prendre le truc.
Yeah, yeah.
Pour être sûr d'avoir comment dire, un éclair.
I wish I played MKDS. I had a DS too. I don't know why I never had that specific game.
I played that game on the bus with my friends when I was a little.
That's what I did with Mario Kart 7 when I was a slightly larger kid. Middle school.
Yep. Slightly larger.
I didn't know how to put it.
Oh, I know DS sneaking. Well, I don't know how to do it, but I saw coverage.
Après, je pense qu'avec avec une bonne route arc-en-ciel, ça peut remonter. Mais le truc, c'est que généralement, quand je dis ça, je me jinx.
Shout out to snaking in Mario Kart Tour.
How dare you shout out Mario Kart Tour?
No, I didn't shout out Mario Kart Tour. I shouted out snaking in Mario Kart Tour.
All game mechanics are complicit.
Qui s'appelle Piste musicale, qu'on verra.
I actually beta tested Mario Kart Tour.
Really?
I got into that beta and I played it for like half an hour and I was like, you know, I would really just rather play normal Mario Kart.
The problem I have with Mario Kart Tour is that game, it's not a Mario Kart game.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about that either.
It's a store with a Mario Kart minigame attached to it.
That's I might use that actually. That's a good way of putting it.
Non, on ne dira pas bonjour à Monsieur l'Arbre. Il y a beaucoup, vraiment, c'est. Attendez-vous à avoir beaucoup de.
Been taking actually a really optimal line through. This slalom section is easier with lightning because it's easier to stick to the ground. This is one of the hardest sections to do in 200cc because you're going so fast. You're going so fast and so downhill that the game's gravity doesn't want to keep you on the.
En fait, l'objectif, c'est de partir généralement à double caisse d'item. Il y a un truc à savoir, c'est que quand tu as une caisse d'item.
Yeah, I definitely recall that being difficult. The few times I've played a decent amount of 200.
Enfin, quand tu as une pièce en premier item, le jeu.
Cloud Top Cruise is a pretty interesting track.
Te donnera toujours un item défensif en deuxième. Ouais. Il est programmé pour ça.
One section of this track, at the end of it, has a lot of lightning on, and those are on a global timer, and the pattern is exactly the same each time. Because this is an item run, however, the pattern that Ulvind is going to get isn't necessarily going to be exactly the same when if you get, it might slow him down to a point where there's a different pattern, and so seeing how he reacts to that is going to be really interesting.
Vraiment de la façon la plus conne du monde, c'est si tu te prends un éclair en fait sur le.
I love learning about these little nuances that you wouldn't notice unless it was told to you. Or unless you've been playing for a while, obviously.
Mm.
Oh, the barrel.
Yeah, the section where you go from that cloud onto that airship, the way that you kind of your car has to snap to be flat against the ground, and sometimes it can make it really tough to. That was smart. That was really smart of him to just sit there and just let himself get hit by the blue to not fall off the track and have to get picked up.
Yeah, he was gonna get destroyed otherwise.
Right here, when he does that, his car has to like snap parallel to the ground, and depending on like your control stick and so many other different things, it can really influence the direction that. I think. Oh wow, the blue shell cause any hits done because Lakitu was carrying him over.
Did he do it on purpose? That was a ridiculous play.
If he, I mean, the blue shell does show up on the minimap, so there's a chance that he saw it. And Ulvind only runs items, so I wouldn't put.
Definitely looked on purpose.
Faut avoir tout. En fait, le truc c'est.
Next up, we have Bone Dry Dunes. I'm really interested to see if he goes for any of the super mini turbos at the very beginning of this track. The first lap is the easiest one. So let's see. Nope. Opting instead for 3 regular mini turbos, also super good. Gives him a little bit more control over item box.
C'est vous qui avez accepté le 48.
C'est vrai que
A thing that just between in I.
Yeah, you have to play and some good.
Nice. Il est assez nerveux, hein, j'ai l'impression, bébé Luigi aujourd'hui. Ok, nice, j'ai réussi à choper le double. Bébé Mario, je le trouve assez nerveux aujourd'hui.
Between. Okay, that wasn't.
Il faut vraiment aussi regarder le terrain à tout moment parce que bah, tu peux réussir à choper des champignons. Et
I feel like I've played enough to where I should know that, but yeah.
T'as tout un monde de précision là-dedans.
Ouais, c'est pas évident.
Éviter les Scalyrex, mais on a normalement la carapace bleue.
Ness is asking, what's about the time difference between items and no items on average?
Oh gosh, on average, that's kind of tough to say. I would say if we consider, say, 2.5 times per, well, say you get hit twice per track, which is maybe better than average. Twice per track would be about 7 seconds lost per track. So 5 to 5.5 to 6. If we look on speedrun.com.
On l'appelle Miley Cyrus. Et en gros, le truc, c'est de se dire, c'est de faire des petits paris sur combien de fois on se la.
We're looking at a difference. A no items run, clocking in just under an hour, and an items run, clocking in somewhere between 140 and 135, which makes sense. About 7 minutes. 6 to 7 minutes, looks like.
It like surprises me, but doesn't at the same time.
Yeah, that's how it Venus. That's how it.
Ça vient peut-être ma carte de capture. Je vérifierai entre deux.
Granted, it wasn't a full 10 minutes. Actually, it was.
Checker 2-3 trucs. Donc là, tu vois, t'as le bout par exemple, et vu que j'avais une pièce en premier item.
It's weird. I don't like ripping on speedrun.com too much for it because they're
No.
such an important resource
No,
and website
yeah,
for us.
Absolutely. You're.
But at the same time, sometimes it's a bit ridiculous.
J'ai une pièce en premier item. Pardon, j'ai une banane en premier item ici.
I like to think of it as employees a joke about their boss when their boss isn't listening. Even though it's like speedrunning and speedrun.com, you know, it's not quite the same, but and it's all fairly harmless.
Yeah. It's not like we're gonna move to another website or anything.
Exactly.
C'est ça. En gros, c'est 1%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pour chacune des pièces par rapport à 0 pièce.
I was lucky enough to not really be speedrunning before speedrun.com was like a thing.
pour ça qu'on cherche
So I
10 pièces le plus rapidement
words on Google Docs.
possible. Le nombre de vitesse qui est non
No, that's kind of a lie. That's my early monkey ball days. Leaderboards were on Google Docs,
aller beaucoup plus vite et aller vite dans un speedrun, bah, disons que c'est
but I like
on va pas se mentir.
barely sped ran then. Sped ran, speed run. You get what I'm saying.
Les petits panels d'accélération ici pour éviter de partir dans le décor parce que ceux
I've always said speed ran.
That's usually what I say. I don't know why I didn't. It's just that time of night, I suppose.
un désastre. Hop, j'en ai déposé un sur le côté de la route. Et maintenant, on va temporiser. Ah. Sauf si je me prends un éclair, ce qui peut arriver.
Now we have technology. So we're finishing up the nitro tracks category, the first 16 tracks of the run.
Je mise à peu près sur un 33-40, 33-45.
Pretty quickly, as it should. It's a speed run.
It's important to note that PBs are going to have better than average RNG. Ulvind's nitro tracks PB is a 3302, and it looks like this is going to be a sub 30.
Ouais, deux éclairs, d'accord. Bah écoute, ça nous permet de prendre.
Yeah, considering that RNG makes things so crazy, that's within a
Yeah,
minute.
There's been a lot of light, yeah. A 3346, absolutely.
À combien sommes-nous après route arc-en-ciel?
33,46.
C'est bien ce qui me semblait avoir compris. On est 15 secondes derrière le PB. C'est pas démentiel, mais c'est rattrapable. Parce que ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est que
I'm gonna take a step away for a second. I'll be.
Alright. Sounds good. I'll hold things.
on va pas se mentir.
We were talking about Mario Kart Wii. Here's a track from that. Gonna use the mushroom right here. Yeah, as I expected.
Par exemple, j'ai fait quelques petites erreurs de trajectoire.
Alors là, on passe sur la, entre guillemets, la seconde partie. Du coup, c'est tout ce qui est carte un peu rétro.
C'est ça. Donc là, on avait les
The retros are gonna be shorter on average. I'm like 99% sure of that.
Et ensuite, on aura les DLC qui commenceront à partir de Circuit Yoshi. Donc dans 35 minutes à peu près.
In general, small.
C'est ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est que
Made when the technology was not as great.
faut diviser à peu près le 48 courses en 3
But like even this one, even though it's a retro from like the Wii era, it's still one of the smaller tracks in that game.
Oh là 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 là, oh le désastre. Oh le désastre. Bon. Bon après le truc c'est que forcément sur un 48.
F's in the chat for Ness dying from hot chocolate, I think.
Alors celui-ci c'est un circuit qui est très très particulier, il y a des tout petits, vraiment des tout petites optimisations.
Okay, this track looks on 200cc. I don't know, like. Oh, he's warming up a snack. Okay.
Par exemple,
I don't know. Something about this track just looks really clean
c'est le meilleur moyen de passer.
in 200.
C'est vraiment, mais pas, le gain de temps est pas énorme. Hein.
Oh, so you poured lava into your mouth. That's what happened.
Ça fait toujours plaisir de voir ce petit truc-là.
Hey, I'm back. I was grabbing an energy drink because I was falling asleep. Sorry.
Welcome back. No, you're you're good. No worries.
It's 1:30 a.m. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you at all.
Mario Circuit's a fun track.
We're Midwest Speed Fest. We're not. we're not too worried about professionalism.
Là, on arrive à 10 pièces.
I mean, you've seen our in-person stuff that gets
Yeah.
flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Hop. Pas extraordinaire comme troisième, mais bon.
That was a good short.
De toute façon, tant que normalement, le truc, c'est tant que je me prends pas genre de la RNG, mais ultra dégueulasse.
Ulvind drinking from a coffee mug.
Normalement, je suis dans les estimates, on va pas se mentir.
Is it coffee or is it tea?
Good question.
On va faire un petit hand
Or is it just water?
Or is it Red Bull?
J'aime bien avoir des items qui...
Red Bull.
Bien entendu, je réussis à me prendre le crabe juste après. Extraordinaire. Oh là 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 là. Surtout que je l'ai vu venir en plus, la carapace verte.
C'est depuis de mémoire le Mario Kart 3DS que on peut passer sous l'eau comme ça avec cette petite hélice qui apparaît.
I'm gonna have to take a step back in a bit to get more water.
No.
Le nom de la version 3DS. Voilà, donc c'est ça que je voulais montrer. En fait,
So Cheap Beach is secretly the hardest track in the.
si tu as une bonne
Not really. It's crabs that get in the way and frustrating off-road for like a couple of pixels before the railing, so you can't hug the railing as close as on any other track. In addition, sometimes you just get hit by cheaps, right?
Yeah, that was a bit close.
Oh non, mais. Même pas le temps en plus. C'est quoi c'est...
Wow, there's a lot happening this race.
Mm-hmm. We might see our second place finish.
We sure did. We got Mario Kart.
It's an items run. You have to get Mario Karted at least once.
C'est ça. Bon, après 48, essayer de faire 48 d'un coup sans se prendre des objets de partout.
Especially with this many tracks.
Oh yeah.
Ça doit pas forcément être très évident.
D'ailleurs,
There are two different patterns of RNG for Toad's Turnpike that change with the which cars are where on the track. The way that you can tell if you have the good or bad RNG, there will be a ramp that Ulvind just passed. If it's in the second lane, that's the good RNG, and if it's in the third lane, the one over to the right where it was, that's actually the worst RNG. And the reason why it's worse RNG is because there are a lot more cars present in a lot of the places where you need to turn. And because of that, you have to take really wide turns, and that loses you more time. Like Ulvind ended up having to go on the wall in one of the sections.
Le non-item est à 1h25. C'est quand même un gain de temps de quasiment 6 minutes.
Yeah, that makes. Didn't know there was RNG in this one
Oh,
though.
he's just going.
le sum of best de pianiste
Ah.
doit tourner autour de 1,28.
I should DM him after this run and tell him that.
Donc c'est dire à quel point vraiment ça peut être assez...
The boost panels make it very tempting. Nice camera.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Pas pris de camion aujourd'hui. Hop. Je n'aurais pas pris de camion aujourd'hui. Ouais. Je demanderai quand même le temps après la jungle Donkey Kong.
Ok.
Savoir à combien j'en suis. Et j'ai oublié de...
Oh, I don't think he meant to miss a box.
Yeah. I wonder if that was a sandbagging strat.
I think it was.
C'est vraiment mes... C'est la fatigue dans tous les
Thing, the mushroom, just because desert track.
Mm, it's because of that hill short. Um, and the shortcut at the very end of this track that you can do that saves it's a
Oh,
extremely difficult exercise.
ah, mais j'ai.
I had a feeling that was going to
1%
happen.
No,
Mais j'ai fait quoi
you can get a mushroom in first place, just like cuz.
Problème de saccade, pareil.
Ouais,
At least I think so.
pas comment le résoudre.
I used to know this, but I don't remember.
J'ai checké,
One thing that I do know is that triple banana are only available in first place in Grand Prix, but they're not available in first place online or in versus.
C'est un scandale.
But in
Interesting.
Grand Prix mode, if you're in first place, you can get triple bananas. I think you might also be able to get triple green shells, but I don't know that one for sure. I know bananas for a
Je disais donc, on était où?
Looking into the item probabilities of this game and how they change depending on the game mode and stuff is actually quite fascinating.
Je vois pas d'où le problème de C4 pourrait venir. Je pense que ça vient de l'intérieur de la.
Oh, one bit of item information that's actually pretty relevant.
Si ça vient de l'intérieur de la vermeille.
The quality of item that you get. So, like, if you get coins or if you get like a bullet bill or a star, the quality of your item is determined by how far away you are from first place. It's not determined by what place, except for first place has like set odds no matter what. I guess maybe the odds could be different if there are more people close to you, but I don't think so. But either way, other item boxes are determined by how far away you are from first place. And that can be relevant on a couple of tracks that have item boxes right before gliders or boosts. Because if you're in second place and you're like next to the computer and the computer hits the boost, and then you hit the item and then you hit the boost, they had already hit the boost and they're a lot farther ahead. So you'll get a better quality item even though you're still pretty close. That was really smart of Ulvind to break and let Baby Mario take.
Yeah, still came in second though, unfortunately.
Oof.
Je me prends le reste de la déflagration de la bleue, quoi.
But yeah, I hear a lot of people in this game say like, "Why'd I get a star in fourth?" And it's because of exactly what.
Because there's somebody way ahead of you in.
Alors là, on récupère les pièces. On évite de se prendre les items des ennemis. Et dès qu'on arrive à 10 pièces, on temporise. Voilà. Là, on temporise par exemple. Donc, je vais continuer à faire tourner les objets jusqu'à ce que je réussisse à avoir un klaxon. Ce serait pas mal. Là, à partir de ce point-là, je pourrais pleinement temporiser et juste prier pour avoir les bons items. Est-ce que je vais avoir le temps? Je suis pas sûr d'avoir le temps. Non. C'est pas grave. Oh. Non, c'est le jeu veut pas aujourd'hui, je pense. Hein. C'est officiel.
I didn't mean to stay silent for this long. I should comment about something. I like this track. I don't know why. For some reason, this track is just fun for me. I don't like. It doesn't necessarily stand out anything special, but
Yeah. One thing that is nice about this track is they kept the incredibly pink sky from the N64 version of the yeah, the clouds are very pink and the sky is tinted pink, and in the N64 one, pink, just pure pink.
Ok, donc après cette course-là,
it's kind of funny actually.
pour savoir à quel point ce début de deuxième partie était un désastre.
DK Jungle, shout out Mario Kart 7.
Mhm.
Mis sur un 49-30, mais après je peux très bien être surpris.
Shout out specifically to my friend who hated Waluigi pinball, and so of course my other friends would always pick it.
Oh, but it had the best music.
It did.
Ah oui, il y a
I don't know why I hated it so much. I have to go and ask now.
ça peut être très très utile.
Hold on, I'm gonna DM right now and see if I can get an answer.
Alors,
I'm also going to accidentally open Spotify.
Alors, parce qu'en gros, donc, les wars, c'est les 6v6 que j'expliquais. C'est les 6v6 que j'expliquais lorsqu'on parlait de Mario Kart en compétitif. Alors. Oh là là là, mais ils veulent. Ça peut pas aujourd'hui, c'est. Oh là là, mais. Oh le
Oh, that was odd. Sort of flew over that ramp.
Yeah, I think that was a mistimed trick, and it ended up being a hop right before, right before the trick would be available, and hopping with the little tiny bump ended up giving him a lot for some reason.
Le klaxon qui
Okay, that makes sense.
Tout qu'on fait, je pense que ça va être plus du 49-40. Parce que tu vas me dire.
I think I heard this somewhere, but is it faster when you go off a glide ramp? Is it faster not to trick if you already have a boost of some sort?
If you already have a boost, it's faster to not on boosts. Yeah, on regular hills, you want to trick every single time, but if you're getting a speed boost with it, if you're already getting a boost before you hit the boost, don't bother tricking. You don't have.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like
Just-
as an example, you don't have to trick here, here, or here, and all.
Je vois pas tellement la différence.
There's a bunch of different ways you can approach this. They're all pretty fast. All in all, including loading times, this track ends up taking about 1:55 to 2 minutes. With items, that's like my guess for how long it would take.
Auquel cas je suis un tout petit peu dans la prise.
Bah, moi je sais que avec ma carte de capture, ça
Uh-oh, getting Mario Karted again.
Oh yeah, this isn't good.
en coupant et en relançant le logiciel de capture, enlever le truc.
Still
Not the last
one
lap,
lap
at
to
least.
go.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I said the same thing as basically.
Oh.
Ouais, c'est parce que j'ai quand même lancé. Là, ça fait quand même. Ça a été
Oh, that works out then. I didn't mean to step on your toes.
l'intermédiaire qui commence à fatiguer. C'est une possibilité.
Beaucoup de questions sans réponse, actuellement, dans le circuit.
C'est ça. Ouais, c'est. Ouais, je peux pas faire grand chose, quoi. Je joue pas. Mon niveau de jeu n'est pas extraordinaire aujourd'hui et le jeu n'aide pas. Le jeu n'aide pas du tout. Après, je sais qu'il y a des sections où je peux éventuellement reprendre un tout petit peu de temps. Sachant que ouais, 35 secondes, ça peut être repris. Hein. C'est pas non plus... c'est pas non plus irrattrapable. Parce que t'as des sections où t'as une pire RNG que d'autres, hein, on peut pas se mentir.
One thing that's important to note on Sherbet is that going into these underwater sections is significantly slower than staying on.
That's what I.
C'est pas grave, je suis un immense crétin. Bon, allez, on va prendre le double. Je disais donc on va prendre le double.
Yeah, I've always like, I don't know. I've always wondered, but at the same time, I've always kind of had a feeling. Just felt slower. Good to know that I'm right, I guess.
There's another blue shell on the minimap.
Fun.
Non, ça passe pas. J'ai tenté. J'ai voulu tenter les frames d'invulnérabilité, et malheureusement,
Dommage.
le jeu m'a refusé.
Oh, wow, we saw a star on the warning for a star for a little bit.
Yeah.
C'est ça, c'est vraiment le stagiaire quoi, qui fait la run de Mario Kart aujourd'hui.
Nice mushroom there.
Alors le circuit suivant.
Might as well take the speed boost if you got it.
C'est vraiment des juges de paix du milieu de la run. Et ce circuit, c'est piste musicale. C'est le fameux circuit dont on parlait sur le thème de la musique qui était sorti sur 3DS. Qui est un peu réadapté ici à...
Or other parts of the world, Melody Motorway.
One of my favorite tracks from MK7.
Désolé, c'est vraiment genre... C'est des réflexes, hein, genre...
Let's see how he chooses to do this tambourine. Just drive over it, no trick.
C'est jamais
Smart.
la faute du jeu, c'est la faute du joueur. Sauf quand c'est de la faute de la RNG, auquel cas c'est la faute de la RNG. Ouais, c'est bien, j'ai des objets défensifs depuis tout à l'heure, mais est-ce que vous pouvez me filer un klaxon Parce que c'est bien de me dire, ouais, vas-y, prends des bananes. Oh là là, mais... Scandale. Incroyable.
Got rid of the banana, then got clonked immediately.
Vas-y, reste à rouge.
Fameuse phrase Mario Kart est un jeu.
Almost said got bonked, but that is an actual thing. That means something else. I like how bonking is in like every game.
Yeah.
It's a fun word too. Sorry, this is where my brain is at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like halfway through a monster, and I'm feeling about the same as started drinking a monster, which is falling asleep in my chair a little bit, and I feel really bad about that.
Juste pour les... Parfois, pour...
So, alright.
qui vont pas correctement...
It's late. You've been up for a long time.
Well over 20 hours, not quite 24.
Vous allez très souvent rager, quoi. Vous allez vraiment très souvent rager.
Il suffit que ce soit une petite bêtise qui
Falls off the track after finishing it. You love to see it.
ça se transforme rapidement en minutes.
That actually loses time.
Really?
Yep. For whatever reason, on Music Park, I saw it happen. I didn't point it out. When your AI after you cross the finish line falls off the track and Lakitu has to pick you up, and, under certain conditions, the Music Park is one of them. The game will just freeze on your character after you hit next race for like 2 full seconds, and you'll lose 2 seconds for no reason. if your AI decides to drive off the track
20-30
on music
secondes
perk.
près.
That's nuts.
It's so dumb.
It really is.
They're dumb. Where did they?
Yeah.
Alors, ce performance était génial sur la version 64.
Speed for speedrunning.
Oui, alors ça c'est
So-
pour une raison assez simple. C'est parce que le pathfinding de la N64 était pas assez développé pour permettre justement ce genre de truc.
I just find that
En fait, c'est
works.
c'est pas du tout un choix artistique, c'est vraiment des limitations de la Nintendo.
Yeah.
Ça donnait un petit côté rigolo.
C'est ça. Bah après, c'est vrai que t'es un peu en mode.
Je le donnais à fond en permanence.
C'est ça.
And you like the
Quand tu arrives à peu près au niveau 9, vous voyez s'il y avait des adversaires ou pas.
Really good one. Really easy.
Elle est partie après.
You just hop up.
Parce que là, par exemple, en fait, mon PB après Orange Tic Tac, il y a 59 minutes et 40 secondes.
it's always neat seeing what becomes possible on 200cc, considering that these tracks weren't designed for it.
There's a lot of stuff that's possible on TikTok Clock, but they're all very, very precise, not marathon safe, and doubly not marathon safe with items.
Oh yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see how Ulvind performs on this track. I don't know what safe strat.
Après, c'est ça le truc avec l'IA difficile, c'est que parfois, en fait, ils sont vraiment mais complètement imprévisibles. Alors, est-ce que je tente la
Okay, yeah.
Je préfère pas tenter.
Playing it pretty, staying away from the edge of the.
Yeah. Seems about right.
It's pretty remarkable how the small act of not falling off saves you so much time. That's a pretty cool shortcut. It's a shame that he ended up falling off.
Ah oui.
Yeah, happens sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, I mean, you see that in like monkey ball runs too. My game, it's just you save so much time by just not dying.
Yeah.
Le klaxon qui arrive juste après. Parce que c'est
People are like, I want to grind out a deathless run. I don't care about timing it. And I'm like, you might want to time it actually. Because if you end up finishing a deathless run, regardless of what strats you use, it's probably going to end up being pretty decent.
1h17.
Yeah.
Ouais, bon, on va pas se mentir, c'est pas une bonne run. Genre pas du tout, vraiment. Elle est daubée, genre vraiment c'est une run daubée, on va pas se mentir.
Now we're on to Piranha Plant Slide.
Ça me réveille maintenant, ça va pas PB, on va pas se mentir.
Another good one.
Oh yeah, very good aesthetic.
I do like a lot of the retro picks in this game. Some of them grew on me, but some of them I liked since the game came out.
Ce qui est bien en fait avec cette course, c'est que tu as un passage qui peut être cut, qui te fait gagner quand même pas mal de.
Two mushrooms, heck yeah.
Si tu utilises
There is a shortcut at the end of the track, so he might use a mushroom right now. Oh, he took the boost.
C'est dingue ça! Bah, foutu de faire un circuit correctement.
You think he's gonna hold the mushroom for the shortcut again?
I think that would not be smart. It could happen. I think it would be more important to grab something defensive right now. You're so far ahead, the blue shells are gonna start coming.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Plus, there's always the possibility of lightning taking it away.
Taking.
Yeah, there we go.
Looks like he's going for saving them.
Bon, c'est pas grave.
No.
Oh, that's so rude. That's so fucking rude. Oh shit. Ah, no, it's too late.
If you say a swear here and there, we're not gonna kill you.
Okay.
Voilà un peu. Rex qui nous dit non mais ça fait 30 minutes qu'on sait qu'elle est dopée. Et le Rolling qui enchaîne.
But yeah, I was gonna say the game giveth and the game taketh away.
Yeah, serious. I would like to apologize again for being so tired.
You're fine. It's completely understandable.
Je retrouve celui qui a imposé les 48 tracks.
I respect that you stuck to the commitment you made despite
yeah.
being up for.
course.
Because I was definitely like, I don't really want to restream till 4 a.m., but here I am.
Bah après le chat c'était soit vous aviez les 48
Hey, you're
soit vous aviez moins de tracks et plus.
already an hour into it, so
C'est pas faux.
Yeah.
Euh,
I think it'll be a little easier when I don't have to commentate too.
mhm.
But I will have to make sure I don't have to fall, or I will have to make sure I don't fall asleep. It is apparently my ability to speak is going though.
Yeah, it happens. It's one of the first things to go.
oh là là. Bon, pas grave.
I've been talking a lot today too.
Non, on peut pas faire le skip. J'aurais aimé, mais non, on peut pas faire le skip.
Rex est déçu, il aurait dit.
Not just for this, but also helping work on Calathon Stand Together, which you all should check out.
Absolutely.
There's information about that in our Discord. If you want to type exclamation Discord if you're not there yet.
1h50.
Of course, from there that'll take you to Calathon's Discord, but you'll get there.
It's fine. It's important to be.
That's true. It's cool to be able to work with.
Regional marathons got to stick together.
Heck yeah. It's cool to be able to work with the Calathon team too.
En un mot, cette run oubliable.
Support your regional marathons. Just like support your local Smash tournaments, but different.
Route arc-en-ciel Nintendo 64.
Ah, très bonne course.
Ouais. Qui est en un tour, du coup.
Eh oui.
All right. Last track of the retros.
Au circuit le plus court du jeu.
So in the N64, this was 3 laps and about 5 minutes long. However, Nintendo decided that that was just too much, so they split 1 lap into 3 sections, and the track is about a minute and.
I'm so glad they did.
Me too. People get upset, but I think they're just wearing nostalgia goggles.
Yeah, I think so too. It's easy for me to say that though, because N64 isn't a Mario game I grew up with.
Ah, après, moi, c'est vrai que j'ai commencé.
Zoomers over here. Imagine growing up with Mario Kart Wii. Like the game I speedrun is almost as old as I am.
Besoin du temps de passage.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
À peu près sur le même temps que la run de l'ESA.
There have been some records that have been like really popular. Like, wait, Torge. That's the one I was. Torge is younger than Ocarina of Time.
There's some like really good Melee players who are younger than Melee.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On va pas se mentir, on est 1 minute derrière là quand même. Hein.
Post-documentary.
Yeah.
Donc on va prendre. Et ça n'arrange pas les choses.
Oof, unfortunate. Taking a and then gets ruined by the CPU. Oh
Yeah,
no.
it's unfortunate.
D'un type pour la prochaine fois. Ne me faites plus jouer à 8h du matin, s'il vous plaît.
These CPUs have been out for blood.
This seems to be Ulvind's marathon experience.
Yeah. I mean, he's still got he had a smile on his face.
It's certainly enjoyable to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh wow, yeah, this track is being nasty.
This is right unfortunate.
Ah, mais là, c'est. Allez, est-ce qu'on va réussir à faire ce. Est-ce qu'on va réussir à faire ce cut au moins? Allez, une fois. Oh putain.
Ooh, unfortunate.
C'est ça.
Ça partait bien, ça finit mal.
C'est ça. Oh là là, putain, en plus. Mais...
Jump. Wow, that barely slowed him down.
He took most of the hit stun animation while he was in the air, moving with.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Ah, j'espère pas. J'espère pas, parce que sinon ils auraient pété un câble avant la fin.
C'est vrai qu'on n'a pas parié. Les VOD sont disponibles.
Yoshi Circuit is a track I'm very glad they added. And then there's this one. Tell us about this one, Amber.
This is my personal. This is Excite Bike. This is Excite Bike. Excite Bike Arena is full of random ramps. They show up in like modules or chunks. This one with the extended platform on the left and the dirt patch on the right always has a pretty small ramp right before it. There's always a section of ramps that's on the right side, then the left side, then the right side. This series of 4 hills that are just really fun. And in addition to all of that, while Ulvind is playing this track, he wants to minimize how much time he spends in the air, because a lot of the airtime spent on this track in particular, because of the way the ramps are set up, a lot of your airtime is up and down, forward. So sticking to the ground, even if it means not doing as many ramps, is going to save time.
That's interesting. I did not know that last tidbit.
Yeah. If you think about throwing a Hail Mary versus throwing a line.
Yeah.
You know? A line drive is just straight line, basically, and it covers significantly less distance. But a Hail Mary is a really long, and it has to travel up and down just as much as it has to go forwards.
Bon, allez, est-ce que je vais réussir à faire au moins une course correcte?
Next up, we have Dragon Driftway. I'm really interested to see what this track looks like with items. Oh,
that was so rude.
If you don't get the fastest boost, the computer can bump into you if you're extremely unlucky.
Voilà.
Tout va bien se passer. On est
He got a mushroom for his troubles.
And a good no item on top of it. So he should use this mushroom in the grass patch in the section coming up here. Or he'll use it right now to get back.
Or Boo will take it.
Or Boo will take it before he gets the chance.
This game has been so mean.
Je pense que le speedrun a compris que comme on était en marathon, que les gens arrivent au fur et à mesure, il faut montrer que voilà.
Non, je pense
t'as
que.
eu une mauvaise RNG.
I feel like it's just getting meaner as the run goes on too.
Yeah. Maybe Ulvind just woke up.
Juste, il faut prévenir le jeu que quand on dit IA difficile, c'est pas IA 2020. Parce que là, déjà, on est au-delà du hard mode.
It's a good show either way. That's the most
Oh,
important
totally.
thing.
C'est pas grave.
I think a lot of people put too much focus on just trying to be as fast as possible in marathons and don't give enough attention to the entertainment aspect.
Oh,
Good
totally.
commentary and just entertaining tricks in general. Very important.
J'aurais bien aimé
Oh,
le
yeah,
voir,
this-
mais en fait, il est en train de dormir.
And through all of this RNG, Ulvind's got a smile on
Ouais,
his.
tu veux commenter d'un
Exactly. That's a big thing too, is keeping a positive attitude.
Ah non, mais vraiment, c'est ça, tu vois, c'est. C'est vrai, à quelle heure est la run? 8h du matin? Non, j'ai la flemme, je dors. Bon, allez, on récupère les.
Grabbing 10 coins right away to.
C'est que t'as pas vraiment de pièces, mais à la place.
This also ends up. Oh, didn't get the item. Didn't spawn fast.
Dans les circuits originaux F0, et bah ça donne des pièces à la place.
The double item box in second place could get him better items.
Je pense plutôt intelligent.
Que 0 qui était vraiment bien géré. Et,
They did a good job of making the F-Zero tracks in this game actually feel like F-Zero tracks.
Oh yeah,
Je pense que le truc.
they're all anti-grav or 0G as far as I know, and they also have reduced gravity because they aren't on.
À moins qu'ils nous fassent un DLC Mario Kart avec des nouvelles courses de F0.
I feel like you need to teach a class on Mario Kart 8.
Oh man, I have so many ideas. You know, I just don't have the time.
J'aime pas ce que j'ai fait. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait là en fait?
As someone who's played it a ton casually, it's fascinating to learn all this information.
I'm glad you're enjoying.
Eh ben, on a mis Wario. Et on va bientôt arriver au circuit que tout le monde déteste.
Moving on to Triforce Cup, Wario's
Et au circuit
Gold.
que tout le monde aime détester. Parce que bon, il y a un petit circuit dans cette version qui fait 7 tours, qui a une musique genre assez mignonne, hein, qui te rentre dans la tête, qui était à la base sur.
This game's slopes always messed me up in Wii.
Je pense que vous avez deviné laquelle c'est.
Just how it like slopes as you're trying to turn. You'd think I'd get used to it eventually.
I honestly don't really remember what this track was like on.
That's fair.
Je n'entends plus personne.
It's just like, I don't know, the slopes when trying to turn kind of threw me off, and you'd think I would get used to it, but I never really did.
It's unfortunate. Oh, these lightning and blooper combos are just.
Non.
Evil game. Is it faster to go through the middle here rather than taking the shortcut?
Yep. The shortcuts.
Oh là là. Oh bordel.
Also, the little right. It's slower to take that as, except in the.
Non mais là j'en suis au point où je ne peux que soupirer.
When you get the boost, not in direction
J'ai arrêté de
afterwards. It doesn't.
I definitely had been. I was watching.
J'ai pas
Oh.
J'ai pas envie de faire de commentaires.
En ce jour du 7 juin 2020, commença la dépression d'Ulvind qui durera éternellement.
Non, je suis déjà en dépression, là, ça va me faire retomber en dépression cette connerie.
This track is going to be a pretty tough one with items.
Je pense qu'après ce.
It's going to require a lot of reactions and a lot of pretty safe play. The Thwomp hitboxes are also a little bit larger than they look.
Je vais laisser Moa.
I quite like this track, and I think that's because it's so skill based.
It's very good.
Parce que lui, au moins, il est habitué.
For a long time, I didn't. And I started speedrunning, and I appreciated skill in my video game so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Ok. Mais. Oh là 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 là.
Oh, you want me to feel emotion? What if I just want to be really good at this video game?
Me when I speedrun Undertale. That game means too much to me. Even if I speedrun it, I still feel emotion, actually.
Je pense que ma Switch me fait subtilement comprendre que.
It's a very good game.
Arrête de jouer. Que je devrais arrêter de jouer en item parce que sinon. Sinon, je vais avoir des ulcères.
On est à 1,18,57.
564 points. It gets kind of comical seeing those point totals.
Yes, there's it just gets, well, I mean, 48 tracks, 15 points per first place, 12 points for second place. They all
Oh yeah,
also,
it makes sense.
if the connection is being a little spotty, it just started storming.
Storming here. It's been storming here for hours.
I'm guessing it came up here because we've been getting winds from the south.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Yeah, it was definitely. It was storming for me, and then it was storming for Newton. Now it's storming for you.
Yeah. It's just slowly coming.
Haven't hit thunder in a bit, I guess, but it was still storming here when this run started.
On en est vraiment là, quoi. On en est vraiment là.
Damn.
Feels like I just kind of parked itself here for a few hours. Luckily, it didn't impact anything too much.
Yeah.
Talking about the weather, how Midwestern.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not the cold that gets you. It's
Oh là là là. Allez, vas-y, tape.
Wouldn't be so hot if it weren't so humid, etc.
Oh god.
I'm gonna die Monday. I'm actually just gonna melt in my chair.
I haven't looked at the forecast. There was one
Don't.
day where it was over 90 last week, and there was.
I don't think it got that hot here.
Oh.
Oh no, Ulvind.
Just wishing him good luck on this track. This track is a really, really mean shortcut. That was a good sandbagging strategy to get him into second place while getting an item.
Alors, circuit rue qui est
Something small.
sur une licence pas trop connue qui s'appelle Légende de Zelda.
Ooh, having to brake to avoid hitting a wall. Unfortunate.
Get to another second place double box though.
Oh yeah. Ooh. He was mashing to get the items to spawn and accidentally lost the horn.
Un mini tout de vert d'ailleurs.
Even if he kept it, there would have been the sort of internal war over keeping the horn or using the mushroom.
Il m'a dit Mario Kart, mais
Hmm.
il vient pas de cette licence, je comprends pas.
Ouais.
Another horn and then a mushroom behind it. What?
Second place sometime.
Faut savoir que
It's Mario.
Kart. Quand même beaucoup cassé des taux,
Sure is.
désherber les maisons.
It's all of Mario Kart.
Et il raquette les gens aussi, accessoirement.
Donc voilà, pas étonnant de le voir débarquer dans un autre jeu.
I'm still just astonished that we saw the exact same double box pattern twice in a row.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. So lap 3, there's more Deku Babas. I have to watch out for.
Quelqu'un
Okay, that one didn't get it. That's fine. 8 more tracks. We've done 40 so far. Or Ulvind has done 40.
Well, we've made it this far.
You're asking the wrong person, Ness. I'm sorry.
I don't know either. If you asked me maybe 2 years ago, I would know, but
Alors, ce qu'on va faire, on va se passer derrière.
bagging for items. Red shell and triple shrooms. There you go.
This is not what I expect. This is not what I expected. This
Me
is,
either.
I'm really confused what the strategy is. I think he was trying to a bullet bill.
I think so too. That's the only thing.
But even a wouldn't put him first place, and he could have had first place by not sandbagging in the first place.
Yeah. Baby Park.
Yeah, must have just been a strategy that didn't end up playing.
And then gets clipped by a different bullet bill.
Oof.
Almost got blued before the line too.
Ce jeu politique. Peut-être il a un sens politique, effectivement. Question se pose très clairement pourquoi le parc d'Eddie ne tourne pas à gauche.
Here we go, Cheeseland. This is widely the hardest track in the game, the hardest single track, like
A lot of people don't like this track, but I do.
I didn't start liking it until it I didn't start liking it until I got good at it. I really didn't this track until I was forced to respect it, you know?
Yeah, I get you. I mean, to draw another parallel to Monkey Ball, there's an infamous stage, Expert 7 and Monkey Ball 1, that I used to just despise because it was so hard, and then I got good at it, and now I like it because it's such a good test of.
Mm-hmm.
On aura déjà vu.
To some extent, that's how I feel about Cheeseland and Ribbon Road, which is coming up as well.
On va avoir un message de crash.
This run has had some really unfortunate art.
Yeah, seems that way.
Le double saut à la fin, pas mal. On va enlever 5 minutes à ton temps pour figure de style.
Non, c'est bon.
Yeah, I can't say I blame him.
Je vais arriver tout. De toute façon, c'est tant que j'arrive en dessous du 40, ça va. Mais ça va.
Bless you.
Vu la tronche de mes plays aussi, parce que là.
Here coming up, we have Wildwood. My personal favorite track.
Donc j'y arrive pas. Donc,
That's a good pick.
là, j'ai complètement tilt. On va pas se mentir.
Fun fact about this track, the music that's playing is in 5/4 time,
Vous pouvez dire
5 beats per measure, and it has an oboe solo, which is pretty.
Wow. I don't know much to say to that. Just wow.
I know too much about Mario Kart. You didn't think that wouldn't include the sound?
Never said it didn't.
N'enregistrez pas la VOD, disons que ça m'arrangerait plus qu'autre chose.
On va flouter la caméra et mettre.
Good use of the mushroom to avoid having to do a no item shortcut. I suppose if you have the item for it, you might as well use it for the shortcut.
Yeah. Forehead.
Voilà, c'est ça. On va juste réenregistrer.
Ness is asking if you can play oboe, Amber.
No, I cannot play oboe. I can play violin and a little bit of keys, but not really.
My gosh, the CPUs, what the heck?
Ooh, that was a good NISC at the very least. Saved some time at the end to catch up.
C'est la 4e place qui tombe. Ah là là là. Et pourtant, on a quasiment 200 points de plus que lui.
Oh putain, en plus je tombe sur lui. Ah, ça vaut. Non, c'est. Et le jeu.
Oh,
est en train de me cracher à la gueule.
the RNG minute must not have. Winter is the worst.
Alors, ce qui se passe, c'est que ce circuit, il y a
Is the worst RNG.
l'avantage de l'ISA,
Due to the reduced traction of some of the tracks or of some of the road, it
le désavantage de l'ISA,
makes it a lot more difficult to do the track, and you lose about 6 seconds to reduce traction because of how much you have to brake for certain.
That makes sense.
Because you have to brake at all, you end up not being able to really build momentum.
Ah, mais vraiment. Quoi.
And as you said, way back when, 6 seconds is how much you lose, like, per cup, because of the cartridge loads.
Yeah. It's a lot of.
Même si je pense que, honnêtement, vu la tronche de mes dernières courses, c'est mal barré.
Man, blooper with low traction, imagine that.
At that point, I don't even think.
I mean, if you're gonna get shocked.
Une 31-25.
Definitely.
Ça rentre toujours.
Tracks to go.
Allez, on y croit. Jusqu'au bout. C'est la dernière ligne droite. C'est maintenant.
Je suis 1 minute 30 derrière. Là, donc...
City parts in
Heureusement, il est 30
Not know that.
there's a Melody motor. It's Koopa.
Est-ce que tu
I was aware of Melody Motorway. I don't think I was aware of the other two.
de la définition. Et la démarche.
the other one is really minor if there's a third one.
That's fair.
Alors celle-là c'est un circuit assez technique, on va pas se mentir. Avec beaucoup de virages très sinueux. Tant qu'à faire,
Pour
on
le
va
coup, avec
Overall, this new Bowser City is going really well for. I should.
Oh no, commentator's curse.
Curse.
Ouais, c'est une bonne gestion des items, et que je te pas chier dessus par la RNG, pas contre ça par exemple.
ce niveau, ton
Thank you, Lightning. Just what we needed.
That was pretty unreal.
That's a good word to use for it.
Ouais, Roger, on sait que le son du jeu.
Coming up is Ribbon Road. Ribbon Road has what I consider this to be the hardest intended shortcut in the game. But I don't think Ulvind is going to be going. But he may go for one of the. The going for both of them is the thing that is so difficult.
I think I'm with you on that.
Tout ça, ça a commencé parce que j'ai pris Yoshi. Je suis sûr que j'aurais pris un autre personnage.
So we may see him go for this ramp. No.
Et en fait, je pense
Playing it safe, definitely the smart choice here. Keeping this mushroom to use right here to save a lot of time is going to be really cool.
parce que
Yeah, always love doing that one.
le fameux mème de Yoshi qui commet de la fraude fiscale. Donc c'est peut-être justement, je pense que ma théorie, c'est que là tu as le service des impôts qui est en train de dire ok c'est bon, tu fais pas chier, on va t'éclater la gueule jusqu'à ce que tu rembourses tes impôts. Voilà.
Smart way.
Definitely good awareness.
Après, est-ce qu'on peut aussi parler de la couleur de Yoshi qui est noire
Non, c'est pas le moment, c'est pas le moment, c'est pas le moment, c'est pas le
I
moment.
always feel pretty lucky when I'm able to have a boost ramp right in front of me after getting blued.
C'est pas le moment, pas du tout.
Another shock.
Jeez. Well, there's only 2 more tracks to go after that.
Yeah.
That was good. The green shell. Ribbon Road is from Super Circuit on the same with Cheese Land. They were the 2 Game Boy.
Right. This track, I understand, also has some RNG patterns.
Yep. There are 2 different patterns. Ulvind unfortunately got the worst. The red train and the blue trains can be going in either direction. If the blue train is moving the same way you are, that is a worse pattern because of the location of the red. That black it's too. I didn't know that plane existed.
That was interesting. I've never seen that before either.
What I was saying though is right here, the location of that red train is very because it's farther back and you have to do some really harsh braking in order to not get hit if you have the bad RNG. If you have the good RNG, it's moving with you, so it's out of
In a no item clean run, how much time would the good RNG save over the battle?
About a second and a half.
Deux circuits,
Okay, yeah, pretty significant.
là, c'est que des nouveaux circuits qui ont été rajoutés.
It honestly might be closer to 2 seconds.
Deux derniers circuits, donc métro, turbo et
One track to go. We've made it.
Definitely still finishing under estimate, which is good.
Yeah. Good comfy estimate.
The last track, Big Blue, another F-Zero. This one is split up into 3 sections. Each one's a little bit. The first section is extremely drift. The second section is mostly about, and the third section is some sharp turns.
C'est aussi en segmenté, je crois.
c'est ça, c'est totalement segmenté. Alors, je sais pas pourquoi je l'ai lancé, mais c'est pas grave. Oh là là, même ça, je sais pas pourquoi je peux faire. Ouais, c'est pas grave.
All right, and coming up on the last section, the final lap.
Ça, je me la prends à la fin, c'est sûr.
Oh, that green shell.
Dang.
Lia qui me chie dessus une dernière fois.
And it wouldn't be Mario Kart without one last blue.
Of course. What?
Oh,
Lia qui a décidé de me chier dessus une
That's
dernière fois.
so unfortunate. What the heck, game? What did you do to this game? Still finishes in first. GG.
139.45. G.
Hey, like you said, still underestimate.
Oui, bah voilà. Il y a...
That was quite the Mario Kart run.
c'est en dessous, c'est en dessous.
I shouldn't have said anything about the ESA. That was the real commentator's curse. That was the real commentator's curse. No, it's all my fault.
The ghost of the ESA run heard you.
Oh, God.
Du coup, messieurs, dames, on va passer, à moins que tu aies quelque chose à nous dire sur cette...
No, it was still a good chat.
Mario
Yeah.
Kart est un jeu génial sur lequel on ne rajoute
It was enjoyable, and that's the most important part. Thank you, Amber, again, for commentating this long run at such.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a really fun. It was a really fun time. Thanks for having.
Yeah, I think we're gonna dip out a little bit more quickly than usual here. I'm gonna restart Discord on the stream PC. Does anything else you want to say, Amber?
No, I don't think so. Speedrun.com/mk.
Heck yeah. Make sure to check out Ulvind's channel as well. All right. And we'll be right back. I'm also going to be signing off for the night, at least on the commentary end of things. But stay tuned. We got Super Inefficient Golf coming up. That one is sure to be entertaining. Hope y'all are enjoying so far.